RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com.
This program is furnished by amp2tv.square.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Yeah, welcome to the 6th Borough radio show, brought to you by Power Up Radio. Joe and Denise here to talk all about Florida's do's and don'ts that take place every day in the streets of New York. So get ready to ride the A train. Next stop, Boca Raton. So what do you say we get the show started?
Don't put me out yet.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Power Up Hour, the 6th Borough Show. Happy holidays, and you know what? Here we are again. Where are we, Joe?
We are live from the studio in Boca Raton, and we're so happy to be here tonight, 1 week away from our big Christmas special.
We're so excited. So this is Denise Casal.
And this is Joe Rubo.
We're so happy that you're here with us again. I know, just want to make sure you remember who we are. But for those of you that are listening, please know that you can't always be a part of our show. And if you're watching us, even better, you can do that by going onto our website, www.powerupradiotv.com. And you can also catch us on iHeartRadio under the page of, where are we? What page is it on now on let me see, on iHeart. I'll get back to you on that one. We're on iHeartRadio.
We want you guys to call us tonight. We want to hear from you tonight. We got some tickets to give away tonight for the freestyle show.
Yes.
We want to invite people to come to our studio next week. So you call in. You got a chance to be on the set live next week. So call in.
That number would be 888-565-1470. So we really want to have you be a part of our show because without you, we're not here. Without our sponsors, we're not here either. So we also want to let you know that we've had an exciting last week. We want to bring you up to date on that. We have some exciting guests for this portion of our show. And then the second portion, the Power Up Hour, another, again, interesting show and guests to be on there. Joe, we have some great announcements.
Where do we start?
Where do we start? I really don't know. I'll tell you what. One of the most exciting ones is that we now have a new cast member.
Yes.
On our show. And we are super excited. He's been with us now for a good couple of weeks. And we officially said...
He's been here since the beginning, on and off.
On and off since the beginning, but a lot more consistent. And so we've officially said it's time to bring him on. And so you know what? Everyone, welcome Kenny. Mag Chop, and we're actually going to say Mag Chop chopping it up with us every Friday night. Welcome
every
aboard.
Friday. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how. First of all, I'm really excited because I'm like, this is awesome. It's something I wanted to do, and being on the show when I first got interviewed, I had such a great time that I was like, oh man, I'd love to do this again. So to be here every week and be able to chop it up with your viewers and bring my viewers in, thank you guys so much for making me part of it.
As you all know, Kenny just walked away. Kenny's a very busy man in the community. He's got the Mag Chop shop where he makes the mugs and all his own clothing line. He's an actor at all the events. He's the man on the spot. So who better than Kenny to be out giving us the news on what's going on out there?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out all the events that are going on here in South Florida.
You mean you don't know now?
I do. But I'm gonna find out what else is going on. I'm gonna keep you guys all informed on all of that stuff so that you guys can start supporting some of these local artists and films, these film festivals and things like that, because a really important part of their success is your support. So we'd like to see you out there, and I want to get you out there. I want to be able to provide that information so you say, oh, you know what, I want to do something different this weekend. Let's go check this out.
Well, for those of you that know, we are the 6th Borough. So if you're from the north and you now live here, this is what it's all about, being in the 6th Borough, but not necessarily just from New York. It's anywhere that's inner city. The 6th Borough belongs to everyone, but just specifically here in South Florida, everyone seems to move here, so we've been dubbed the 6th Borough. I can't be more excited to be on this show with Joe Ruba, who's been with me since April, and now we
Has it been that long?
It's been that long,
Wow,
and
no.
then we have Kenny on
Actually,
the 6th
seems like
Borough.
longer.
The other exciting news is that we've moved on to 3 more stations.
So how many is that total?
We're a total of 6 stations.
My own 6 stations.
People like the
stations.
show. They like the show.
They're loving
We love
us.
the show. So you are actually now part of the True Oldies channel and also True South Florida Oldies. And we'll be covering everywhere from just almost, the footprint is huge. I mean, it really is. So we're reaching
We go
now.
all the way through Palm Beaches, right?
We go all the way up to through the Palm Beaches and actually 2 miles out into the ocean, or 3 miles out to the ocean.
So you can listen on a yacht.
If you're on a
Listen
boat,
on
yeah.
the yacht.
Yeah.
And then we're also
good to
reaching
know.
just about to North Dade and as far out as the Everglades. So, I mean, we're really covering some really
Yeah.
big footprint.
And more to come.
More to come. So if you are interested in wanting to be on our show, this is also a forum that's open to everyone. The studio that we're in is new. My God, there's so many new beginnings. I didn't
Yes.
realize how
Yes.
many new beginnings we're in.
How long have we been in this studio now?
This is
Freddie,
the
how long
5th
we been
show?
here now?
I think it's the 5th show.
We've been here like 4 or 5
I think
weeks
3
now.
or
right?
4
Four.
weeks.
Four.
4 weeks.
This is our 4th show in our new studio.
And we love it here.
We love it here. It's like being inside of our basement of if you live in the north, you know what a basement is. So we feel like we're here in the basement. It's cozy, it's comfy, it's got color, and it's like 2,000 square feet. We just lost signal. So, here
There we
we're
go,
back
we're back.
live. Okay.
Did you pay the bill, Freddie?
Is it raining?
Well,
Did you pay the internet bill?
we're sorry about that. We're in optimal resolution, and hopefully you're still hearing us. Either way, please tune in to watch us so you can see the faces that match the voice. And so, you know what? Also, another exciting news to mention is the fact that we are having, again, that huge holiday event that's coming up, and we're going to be celebrating January 6th in the new year, our actual 100th show celebration.
Got
So
a lot
excited.
of things happen. We're bringing in 2023 with a bang.
We really are.
Bada boom.
Yes,
Bada
we
bing,
really
bada
are.
boom.
So excited.
And
So,
let's talk about where we were last Saturday.
yes, let's talk about that. We were last week. We had Matt Florio that was on, comedian, actor, producer, director. He put together the Comedy Flow, and we actually premiered 5. We were at the premiere of 5 different films that he produced.
And they were all
Hilarious.
tremendously funny. And, I'm not just saying it because I know Matt and I know Kenny, but we sat through the 5 movies and they were very, very funny, very talented. Everybody, there's so many people making movies and so many independent films, but what this guy did with the budget he had and this group of actors that he has, I see this becoming the next like SCTV.
Yeah.
With this group of actors.
Definitely.
We're going to be working on stuff together with him. He's got some good ideas. He's going to be here for the show next week, and he's writing a little script for us for next week. It's going to be
Yes, don't
quite
forget
enjoyable.
Goomba Santa is going to be in
Goomba
town.
Santa is coming to town.
I also heard that Gumara is supposed to be showing up too.
Does Goomba know about that?
I'm not sure, but she was telling me in the ladies' room. But we'll have to keep that up in the
There's a
on
meeting in
the
the
down
ladies' room.
low.
Better make sure Mrs. Claus is not watching.
Uh-oh. You better be making sure you tune in for next week's show. It's going to be a visual and audio experience.
You don't want to miss this.
But, we didn't mention that Kenny was in one of those movies.
Yes.
Yes.
Which one was that?
So I was in the movie Friend Draft, and I play Uno, a part of a over 40s
Hysterical.
boy band. It was an over 40s boy band, and we sang these cheesy songs, but the song was really catchy, and I mean, what a great time with the group of guys we had. So the story of the movie is about a couple that's getting divorced, and they're into fantasy football, and they want to divide up their friends, so they create a friend draft.
script.
And my boy band, the leader of my boy band, played by Matt Florio, ends up wanting to get drafted by the girl. So we come in, the boy band comes in our swag.
Well, I have to say the concept of the show is so actually reality. And it was about a divorcing couple. And as you know, when couples are separating, decoupling, whatever you want to call it, there's sides that friends take.
Yeah,
So
it's tough.
It's a tough situation to be in. So this movie was based
Happened to me
on
twice. It's tough.
the divorce proceedings as to who friends were to be sided with, and it was a midst of a negotiation. But I won't let any more information out because it's a great little piece to watch.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it will go into
I mean,
an actual
he was
film.
on our show last week, and it went so fast because the guy is so talented and so funny.
Yeah.
He's a funny
Once
guy.
again, that's Matt Florio, and that was with Comedy Flow. You can tune into his Facebook page, his Instagram, and that's Comedy Flow to see what he's up to. And once again, it was a great movie. Kenny, you did a great job in the movie.
Thank
and we're
you.
so excited to be a part of that. I actually worked the red carpet. I had some really great interviews.
we got interviews. It was a lot of fun. I knew a lot of people that were there. I ran into a lot of old friends there. It was quite a night.
So
What
some
about
of the
your week?
interviews,
What about your
some of
week?
those interviews led to our guest tonight.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're gonna stay tuned to listen into that. But
Yes.
this is how it all happens. You meet people elsewhere, and they're always wanting to find a way to get them on our
We're
show.
gonna have a lot of those people on the show.
We are. We're
Yeah.
gonna have a lot of them. A lot of humor.
And these are the events that I'm going to talk about that you can go to, that you're going to have an opportunity to hear about. Because, I don't know, until now, there's nobody that's really going out there and advertising these events. And I go to some of these events, and I'm like, wow, this is
And Kenny's
this
at
was
all of them.
amazing. And I go to all
I
of
see
them.
Kenny. I go, man, is there more than one of them?
There's
He's all over
I
the
cloned
place.
me.
One thing about this man, he supports all the local people and what they're doing. Everybody who's into acting or into business, he's always there supporting them. So that's why everybody loves him and supports him.
Yes. So with that said, we have a couple of things we want to talk about as well. I heard you had a little activity going on with a tattoo. You were updating her to tell me about
yes,
this.
last night I got some shading work and filling work done in my elbow. Oh my, don't look.
He was crying.
It hurt a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit.
This is
There's a tear there. I
go
see
every,
the tear.
I go every 3 weeks to a month for therapy to get shaded and colored. You know, I'm basically just doing my sleeves, but I want to give a shout out to that man, Doc Burns, Nocturnal Body Art, the best in the business and truly a therapist
my
when I
phone?
go there.
well, it looks very painful. For the record,
It is.
I do not have.
It
I don't
is.
have one tattoo on my
Especially
body.
this one right here.
Oh,
Oh, my own. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the eye looking at you.
Well, I mean, I have to say, you know,
I got
tattoos are an
7.
art form today. I mean,
Yeah.
before, back in the day, it was like it was taboo to have done, you know. But today, it seems to be a very, very, very
This topic's-
artistic thing to do.
There's people saying that you're not going to go to heaven if you have tattoos.
Well, I know in some
We'll see.
religious beliefs, and that is very
But
true.
if you look in some of Greek mythology and some of these old paintings, these guys got tattoos on them. Egyptians, you know,
I think I'll make it.
yeah, I think I'll make it.
Well, I'm tattoo free. Just
I
saying.
got the cross right here, so I'm going to make it.
Well,
Yeah, I got a
I-
cross too. So yeah, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
well. Anyway, it
The
is an
rosary.
art form. We'll have to dive into that topic another day because it's a very beautiful artistic
But
approach.
everybody keeps saying to me, how many you get? And I just go every 3 weeks to a month, get some coloring, some shading, just to get some pain and get some therapy.
Some therapy.
But go see this man, Doc Nocturnal Body
So
Art.
how long is it gonna be before we could convince Denise to get one?
Oh. At this stage of the game, I don't think that's going to happen.
Why not?
She's got one.
I don't have any. No. The way I was birthed is how I'm going out.
You know, I
Music.
didn't get my first tattoo till I was 49, 48,
Oh wow.
Oh, that's okay.
which was, and then it just kept going from there.
I got
10
my
years
first one
ago.
at 18. As soon
Yeah.
as I could get one without having to ask nobody, I was like, give me.
Okay, well, listen, I'm not I have nothing to say. I think it is an art. It's come a long way, and it's much more tolerated in the workplace today. And some of the tattoos I've seen are just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
and
not
tell
gonna-
a lot
I'm
of
not-
stories.
I'm not going to get any on my neck or my face or my hands.
Yeah,
It's
the
just-
artwork has changed. The way they do it,
Yeah.
the quality of the artwork, the,
Yeah, look
the
at that.
needles.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Look at the detail on that.
A lot of work, guys. A lot of work. Better him than me. I don't have that pain tolerance. So now I think we have to make mention also that we had a loss this week.
Yes.
You know, we always want to make sure that we give recognition to talent that has been so impactful and has given us so much to laugh with and laugh about. Kirstie Alley, we're going to miss you. You are the one and only that I can say has given me a lot of laughs. Some great, great movies. My favorite, of course, would have been, we were just talking about the movie.
Look Who's Talking.
Look Who's Talking, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
There was a sequel, so
Yeah,
she
Look
did an
Who's
amazing
Talking.
job.
I remember her from
Travolta.
Cheers
Look Who's
because I used to
Talking,
love
yeah.
watching Cheers.
Cheers, my favorite. Oh my
It was
goodness.
a great show.
She was what? She played the bartender?
She was
or
the bar manager.
the bar
Bar
manager,
manager.
right?
Yes, she did a great role there. And there were some bloopers and really memorable moments. Actually, I can still remember sitting on the couch listening, watching the show.
How old was she?
72, I believe.
72, and she
Don't quote me anyone, but I think she was in that age
She was
range.
battling cancer and nobody even knew
It was a short run for her, but she gave us a lot.
Yeah.
She really
Yeah.
did. Kirstie Alley, rest in peace, and our condolences to the family. And so, we've had a lot of losses this week, but we had to give her recognition. On another note, I know that you wanted to talk. We'll have a sports moment here in the 6th Borough. What's the big nose?
What bigger news is there than this? Aaron Judge is a Yankee for life. The new captain, he signed. He was flirting with San Francisco, San Diego, and Hank Steinberg just said, "We want you to be a Yankee for life. We're going to make you the captain," and he signed.
He did.
Yeah,
That is the big news to those.
big relief to us Yankee fans.
So I will say, everyone knows that Joe is a huge Yankee fan, and I'll say, I'm a Mets fan. I can't help it. You knew that, but it
You
is
guys
big
got
news.
Verlander.
We have to give 6th Borough news and sports area, baseball. That's a biggie.
I'm actually legally a White Sox fan.
Uh-oh.
I wouldn't say.
Oh.
I wouldn't say
There's a
that
story
too loud
about
if I
that,
was
though.
you.
So, based on last week's show, for those of you that listened in on the Power Up Hour, which is the second segment to this show, we talked about a particular date. And this date is tomorrow, December 11th.
Oh, it is tomorrow.
The breakup
Tomorrow-
day.
Yes, everyone that's listening, you have to make sure, be prepared because you just never know what can happen on December 11th. December 11th is
You're
the
gonna have
one
everybody
day-
paranoid tomorrow.
I know. I'm
great.
so sorry. If you need consult, if you need any therapy, go ahead and contact me through the website www.powerupradiotv.com.
So December 11th is supposed to be the day
D-Day.
that you get dumped. Mm-hmm. And because why? It's close to Christmas.
It's Scrooge dumping.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Jumping,
So
Scrooge dumping.
nationally or internationally, it's the one day out of the year that most breakups happen for numerous reasons around this time of year.
If you get dumped tomorrow, call the show next week.
Yes.
We want to
The
talk
number
to
one
you.
reason is so you don't buy Christmas gifts, right?
That's one of the reasons.
I think it was like number 6, though, actually.
Yes.
But what if you buy the gifts and you get dumped?
The recommendation is keep it yourself.
Okay.
Or donate it back or get your money back. It's one of the two.
I can't keep the gifts I bought.
No, well, I'm sure you
Receipts are
can't.
for.
But anyway, tomorrow is D-Day. If you've been already put in that place where you're now living separate lives, give us a call. We want to hear from you. Vent on us. It's okay. We're here to listen. We're here to give you our best consult. I know our advice will leave you me. You'll be moving on faster than you can realize.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Especially here in South Florida.
Down here in South Florida, yes.
I just think it's funny. We're telling people to call in for advice, and the Grinch is playing in the background.
That number would be 888-565-1470. Call us in if you have a Grinch story or a Scrooge story of being dumped. We want to hear from you. Okay, so what else do we have happening here? Joe, are you ready for Christmas?
Yes, very excited about Christmas this year.
You're ready for, you bought all your presents?
No.
Of course you
We're
did.
doing, my daughter's idea was this white elephant thing.
Very popular.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's a new thing. It's become
Oh, it's
very
not
popular.
new, baby.
Well, no, it's like getting
Kenny
really
doesn't know.
popular.
But you know what? When you have a family the size of mine, you have to do that. Otherwise, you're going to go broke buying
Well, we did
Christmas gifts.
potlucks for my family, like big
Yeah.
family. So we did.
Yeah.
What
You
is it?
potlucked food
No,
or you
not
bought gifts?
potluck, what do they call it?
Drawer
Grab
name.
bag.
You
Grab bag.
Plus the kids are old, they're grown now, so you
Yeah.
know it makes sense. You know, you don't have to go crazy buying all these toys and stuff. But it's
So-
fun. We did it once before, I remember, like 3 or 4 years ago, and I got a good gift. I got actually a karaoke machine.
But it works. So how does it work? The whole
So
white
the
elephant.
white
thing?
elephant is where typically there's one person that could be a gag gift or it could be just a gift with a monetary value that everyone agrees on, and you exchange the gift. You get the name of who your gift is supposed to be for, and then that person you exchange, but there could be the next name could be that if someone exchanges and they like someone else's gift,
You could trade.
you can trade. Well, actually, it's not even a trade. It's taken from
It's
you.
taken from them.
What
Yeah.
do you mean taken?
Like intercepted. Like,
Look at-
you've been robbed.
Joe is like, what do you mean taken?
You mean
There's no taken
I
inside.
gotta hold my gift like this?
Well, that's the name of the game. So that's the white elephant. There you
No,
go.
my daughter Amanda, she'll take. She did it last time. That's right. She took the karaoke from me.
Ah, so you do remember.
Yes. I had to go
So
get it
I'm
back.
going to share what I actually do. So I have a very small family. Kids are grown. I have one grandson that I exchanged, actually two. Very small circle. However, what does Denise do? So I actually, please don't laugh or judge. And if you want to share a comment, call us, please, 888-565-1470. I actually take cutouts or index cards and write on there what I want, and I pin it to my tree. I know. How lonely am I? I mean,
Well, you
seriously.
said cutouts.
What a loser
Remember
I
that
am.
movie, The Lonely Guy,
The lonely guy.
with the cutouts?
I keep hoping that
She's
Santa
the
Claus
sequel.
would show up with somehow, way, shape, or form he knows, and he ordered it through Amazon, and Amazon shows up at my door on Christmas
I gotta come
Day.
and see what you got written.
Like, yeah. Now I want to know what's written on the tree. We gotta.
No, I got smart. So actually, that same list now is inside my Amazon wish list.
Ah.
How do we
Yes.
access that?
Is go to Amazon, put Denise Casal in, and you can see what Denise wants, and they'll deliver it to
These
me.
Amazon drivers.
No way.
now,
That
they
works
must-
like that.
You know, Amazon
Yes.
drivers and UPS drivers this time of year. Whew, you gotta
Hey,
give those guys
let me tell
credit.
you, they are stealth. I
They
went
are?
inside the house. I was working on the car. I went inside the house to get a drink. I walked back out. There was a package there. I was like, where'd he go?
I'm telling you. Well, I actually, we have to appreciate them. I actually offer them water when I see them. I'm like a puppy dog sometimes, sitting in front of my window waiting for the Amazon truck. Good Lord, what a loser
Anthony,
am I?
Cousin Anthony. Good
Yes, hi,
evening.
Cousin Anthony. Listen, if you make commentary on the show, we will give you a shout out and read what you want to share with us.
Yes.
but-
please reach out to us.
So the Amazon truck is one of my favorite vehicles. It is this time of year, and I actually have chased them. I'm
Yeah?
sorry. I'm such God. I'm letting so
Except
much
when I'm
more.
driving home and I
How,
get stuck
how long has
behind them, they
Amazon
just
been around
stop.
now delivering?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we could get Andrew to answer that question.
long?
How long has Amazon been around? It's got to be a good number of years now. But
Started
anyway,
in the 90s, right? Like
Before that, it was UPS dropping off gifts, I remember.
Yeah, Amazon took over.
they
that.
still do. UPS
Yeah.
still does it. Now it's 7 days a week. It's not like it used to
Oh,
be.
yeah,
So
Sundays,
5 days
they're
a
out
week.
there.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So
and they're
yeah.
out there late.
They're out there late. It is the holidays. Anyway, there you have it. Some insider story on Denise on how she manages her Christmas. Well, with that said, we want to make sure also that we introduce who it is that we're going to have on the show.
Who's
Would you like to
first?
start? Who's on first? Well, we have, and I got to make sure, do we
What's
have
on
them
second?
on? Are we ready to bring our next guest on? All righty then.
Who's first?
So, Fran Capo. Let me
Oh.
tell you who
Fran.
this is. Before we bring her on, let me give this intro, which is just amazing. Fran Capo, C-A-P-O, that's her name, is the most known as the Guinness Book World Records of the fastest talking woman. Holds the world's 9th world record, okay, for fastest talking person. And in addition to that, she is also a motivational speaker, a 22-time author,
Wow.
adventurer, wait till you hear those stories, spokesperson, radio host, actress, and also has been on 450 TV shows, 4,500 radio shows, has been on Entertainment Tonight, Dr. Oz, Good Morning America, I said that twice,
Good
GMA,
morning.
sorry about
Good
that,
morning,
Nickelodeon.
And good night, America.
Yeah, and Nickelodeon. And there's so much more we need to share with her, but she's also going to give us a bedtime story.
She has
so
like
we can-
9 world records.
Right, yeah.
She does.
We had the pleasure of meeting her last week. What a great lady.
She was in one of
funny,
the movies.
Very
funny.
So with that said, everyone, let me introduce Fran Capo. Let's bring her on. Anyone that wants to ask her a question,
Hey,
this
Fran.
is her. This is our Fran Capo.
Hey, Fran.
Everyone, Fran.
Hey guys, how are
welcome.
you?
Great.
Thank you for
And by the
being
way,
on.
Amazon's been around for 28 years.
All righty
Hey,
then.
thank you.
Can you hear
You're
that
welcome. I was
accent, everybody?
Yeah, you can tell I'm from Texas, right? There's the
Yeah,
accent.
exactly. Fran, thank you so much for being with us. We so appreciate it. You are definitely part of the 6th Borough. You're from one of the actual boroughs in New York. Is that right?
Yes, I'm from Queens.
There you go, everyone. a queen. She's a queen from Queens. There you go. We just love
Oh, well,
that.
hey, there you go. All right. I'll tell my husband you said that just to remind him. I'll put some notes on my tree to see what I get. Okay.
She heard me.
I see you got a bartender back there.
Yes,
the
he's here, and he's all dressed up. Yeah.
I love them. Well, if your home looks
Oh, no,
lovely.
the whole house is like this.
That's
because
awesome.
I have hidden things everywhere.
That's a great idea. Look at that, how cool that looks.
It looks fabulous. Well, happy holidays to you. It was such a
Thank you.
pleasure to meet you at Comedy Flow. And you did a great job.
In the movie,
In
yes.
the movie, and that was Friends Draft. We just made reference
Right.
to that. It was
Yes.
Okay, so we have here, you did a fantastic job on that. And we just want you to
Thank
know
you.
that it was amazing to have you be a part of that. Matt Florio was super excited about having you there, and we're even more super excited to have you here.
Well, I like that. There's a lot of super things going on here. All right. I like that.
There's so much going on. But Fran, above all things, I know that when we first met, we did an interview on the red carpet. And when I first met you, I'm like, wow, she can really talk very fast. Not at this
And
point.
we didn't know at that point.
I didn't really put the two together because Matt did tell me. But after you were done and you told me, I'm like, it makes sense. It totally makes sense.
Right.
Everyone, this woman can speak. And I got the numbers right here. 603.32 words per minute, which comes out to 11
Which comes
words.
out to 11 words a second.
11 words a second. Oh my gosh.
I can't even think,
Can't
that,
even think
fast.
that fast.
Notice the two guys said that.
Yes.
Say that.
That is true. The two guys said that. I don't know. As women, we can multitask 80 different things at a different time. So you are right.
And and this is the thing, guys, and I'm sure you experience it too. You ever with the two girls and they're talking and we finish each other's sentence, or we don't even have
They
to
don't
finish
even know
the
each
sentence,
other and
we're
they
like,
do
we're
it.
gonna and the guys are sitting there going, what just happened? I didn't even hear a sentence.
I didn't even know what they're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're cheating at charades.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, well, especially because you're talking with your hands.
Well, Fran, you have done so much, and between being a motivational speaker, you've written 22 books. Am I right? Tell me a little bit about
Yes,
that.
22 books, and every time, what would happen was, the very first time that I did a book, the way that it started was, I was doing stand-up. I'm a stand-up comic also. So I was doing stand-up comedy. And one time this guy comes up to me and says, hey, you should do motivational speaking. And I was like, well, what do you have to do for motivational speaking? He says, well, you got to get a topic. I said, all right, let me think about it. All of a sudden, I see this thing come up on the radio where this guy is going, you want to be a motivational speaker? Come to our seminar. So I go to this guy's seminar, and now there's 500 people in the room that supposedly want to be speakers. He goes, anybody want to see what they want to speak on? And nobody raises their hand. I'm like, how could you be a speaker if you don't even want to raise your hand? So now I raised my hand. I said, okay, I'll be a speaker. So anyway, I spoke to the guy. At the end of the thing, he's trying to sell me like this $700 program. And I said, listen, if you think I'm going to be a good speaker, you should give me that program. I shouldn't have to buy that program. He goes, I can't do that. I said, then I'll tell you what. You said you were going to perform on a cruise ship. I want you to give me the name of the cruise ship that you were going to perform. He goes, it takes 3 years to get into that cruise ship. I said, just give me the name. So it's the Regent Star. I call up the Regent Star and I'm like, hi, I hear that you hire motivational speakers. She goes, yes. And meanwhile, I had no topic yet. So she goes, well, what do you I said, oh, I speak on different topics, depending on the audience. So I said, what's your audience? Now remember, this is like 30 years ago, 20 years ago. She goes, what audience? She says 65 and older. I said, I have a topic, how to have more age, how to have more energy in the later years.
Okay,
And she's
well, what,
like,
Fran?
really? I go, yeah. So she books me. So now,
Fran, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Fran, I'm sorry. We need to take a commercial break. I want to hear this story, but
I
hold
gotta
on.
hear
We're going to go
this.
to commercial break. Hold that thought.
No problem.
WWNN AM Pompano Beach. WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting live from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. This is the one and only.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com.
From time to time, this program engages in contesting for prize giveaways. A listener must call into the radio station talk line and be a specific caller or answer a trivia question as specified by the show host to be awarded the prize. The contest duration is the length of the program itself. Winners may be limited to one winner per address and or phone number every 3 months. All listeners are eligible for prizes. Prizes do not exceed a value of $325. The prizes are provided by the show, and the delivery of the prizes is the sole responsibility of the program itself and not the radio station.
Welcome back, everyone. We are live. You are listening to the 6th Borough on the Power Up Radio, and we are with Fran Capo, who is world's fastest speaking woman, and she's actually sharing
Fastest speaking person. She's got the record. Yeah.
Actually, the fastest speaking person. So let's bring Fran back on, but so far so good with her. If you have any questions for Fran, please make sure you call in at 888-565-1470, and we'll actually make sure that you get tickets to an upcoming event that we have, which is the Freestyle 80s in the month of February.
The Freestyle Island concert.
Yes.
Fran, we're going to be talking with that the next guest.
Yes, Fran, welcome back. So I have to, you actually share with us that you were on a cruise ship and you wound up doing this whole speaker motivation thing. Wrap it up for us. How did that go?
Right. So basically what happens is I call the guy that told me about the cruise ship and I said, guess what? I got on the cruise ship. He goes, how'd you get on? I go, don't worry about it. He goes, I'm going to hire you to talk for me. I go, how long? He goes, 50 minutes. So I said, okay. I call him back 2 weeks later. I said, listen, I have my 15 minutes. He goes, 15, 50. I go, 50. He goes, is that a problem? I said, no. He goes, and you got a book? I go, why? I need a book? He goes, yeah, you could sell books in the back. So I had 2 weeks, so I wrote a book. And then I wound up selling 400 copies of the book.
Too.
Yeah, so since that happened, I said, every time I'm going to do a talk, I'll write a book about it. So I have all these different books. And since you guys are the 6th Borough, one of the books I wrote is called It Happened in New York City. And it's all different unusual things that people don't know about New York City. But then I figured if I wrote about New York City, I wrote It Happened in New York, the mysteries of New York, It Happened in New Jersey. So these are like good stocking stuffers. But anyway, everything in life is with my just say yes and figure it out later attitude. Because I also did a TEDx talk. And then like a week before the TEDx talk, they're like, well, can you do something else? I go, what do you mean? Isn't the TEDx talk enough? They go, well, break a record on the stage. I'm like, it's not like bing, 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 you break a record. So I went, all right, I'll try to break a record. So I did the entire 18-minute talk called How a World Record Mindset Can Help You Accomplish Anything. And then I redid the entire 18-minute talk in under a minute.
Oh, wow.
So people go to my website. Yeah.
Wait, Fran, let me
Do
get
it.
this right. Well, first, the one question we have for you that's coming in is, do you write as fast as you think or talk? Like you type that fast?
Like, okay. Well, actually, I am a humor columnist and I write for a local paper. And usually, yes, I do write fast. Just picture it this way, how my mind works. So, you know, like those ticker tapes and they go like really fast? So when I'm talking, I actually see my words like going fast. And when I got tested, like when Guinness tests you, they have a machine called, back then, they had a machine called a lexicon compressor that would take your words, slow it down, but not distort it like a tape recorder back then. Then they had an Olympic timer, time you to the 100th of a second, and then they had a speech analyst analyze every single syllable. And if you missed even one syllable, everything was off. Wow. So you have to be like perfecting it. So the cool thing was people would ask, they did tests on my brain, and it turns out that the broker section of my brain, you know, works obviously really fast, but it lights up like volcano activity when I talk fast.
I can't.
No, I gotta tell you one thing. When I get into a fight with my husband, he goes, "Was they in a fight?"
You don't have a chance.
He doesn't have a
When you in it, over, you lost. Okay.
He's got to rewind it and play it back. Hold on.
Oh, hey, to answer that question, yes, I met John Machida. I beat John Machida. And prior to beating John Machida, his I had asked him, hey, you want to do a commercial together? You and I for Saturday Night Live in a boxing ring. And then we come out like we're going to box, but instead we talk each other to death. And he was like, I won't go. All right,
Fran.
Yeah.
So wait, how did you learn, or how did you realize that you had this, I guess let's call it a gift? How did you, were you when you were little, did you start doing this when you were 2 or 3?
Yeah, when did you realize you had this gift?
Well, listen, I never thought of it like, oh, I'm going to break a world record. The way that it happened was I was working at WBLS-FM radio, and I was writing comedy for them. And kidding around one day, I said, you know what? I could do a really cool Mae West impression, but I call the character June East, Mae West's long-lost sister. So all of a sudden, they fling the weather and traffic copy at me, and I'm like, today the weather and traffic is... And in the 30 seconds I have to do it, a lady from the Daily News called and said, hey, I'm doing a story on weather and traffic, people. How long you been doing it? Well, I'm not going to tell her 30 seconds. So I said, I've been doing it a while. So she said, what are you planning on doing next? But I didn't have a next. But I had a lady from the Daily News. So I said, oh, I'm thinking of breaking a world record. And she's like, for what? And I'm like, I can't tell you, it'll jinx it. She said, the article goes in at 6 o'clock today. If you decide you want to let me know, give me a call. So I run out and buy a Guinness book. So I start looking through the book, right? And I see fast talking. It's 5 to 6, I call her up. I go, all right, I'll tell you. I'm thinking of breaking the record for fast talking. She said, what's the record at? I said, 552 words a minute. She goes, what are you at? I said, 550. Those last 2 words are a killer. So
God.
she prints it in the paper. And the very next day, the Larry King Live people call me up and ask me to go on the show and break the record.
Wow.
So to be honest with you, I didn't know who Larry King was. I heard cable and I said, is this some kind of porn?
Jeez. Wait, how old are you at this point?
This is a national show.
How old are you at this point? How old are you at this point?
I'm sorry?
How old are you at this point?
I was 22.
22, okay.
Wow.
So since then, so now he invites me on the show, and I have got 5 hours to practice. So I'm over there, he that dwells in place at the most high shall abide in the shout, like smoke's coming out of my head, and I'm doing this whole thing. I go on the show, I break the record, doing 585 words a minute, and they re-break it at the Guinness Museum in Vegas, doing 603.32 words a minute. And that's how I did it.
Wow. Oh my! At the age of 22.
At the age of 22, yeah.
Wow. So my daughter asked me to ask you.
And I still hold a record to this day.
Wow.
My daughter asked me to ask you, are you going to challenge Eminem?
Oh, okay. I got a funny thing about Eminem. So I was on a show called Carson Daly.
Sure.
And what happened was, they said to me, "We want you to come on and read the lyrics to different rap stars."
Rap God.
And so so they were naming people, and I didn't know who they were. So they said to me that it's one of the songs I got to read is Eminem. So I called them up. I go, "Who's Eminem?" And they go, "No, don't tell us you don't know who that is."
Well, actually, we're very much so intrigued by everything that you've done. And so you've been on like dozens and dozens of shows. And so tell us about, well, first of all, if anyone wants to know more about Fran and how to contact you, the books you've written, where would they go?
The easiest thing is to go to my website, francapo.com. That's capo, like head of the mob, C-A-P-O.
Of course.
Fran Capo. No, because, guitar people go, "Are you a capo?" I go, "I'm not a capo, I'm a capo." So francapo.com. All my books are up there, all my new shows. Like I have a show coming out called Two Chicks and a Horsetail. That's February 11th. But we're up in Hernando County. That's at the Welcome Home Center. But that's on my website. And then I have my one-woman show, which is an hour and 15 minutes, and it's called Love, Laughter, and Light. And that's playing March 4th at Timber Pines, also in Hernando County. But hey, if somebody likes me and they want me to come down to where you guys are, give me a venue and I'll go there. I gotta get
her one.
We gotta get her one. We gotta bring her back.
Amazing. You are absolutely amazing. We do have do you practice? If so, how often?
I practice when I get hired to do commercials, and I get hired to do a lot of commercials. So they'll send me the script, and quite honestly, a lot of times they send it to me, and I'm like, "Can I add a little humor in this thing?" And then I just add. So then I get paid also as a comedy writer. But a lot of times I'll spruce up the text, and I do it. So I don't need to practice. I don't go around talking like this all the time. But otherwise, I would be. Well, I am divorced 3 times. Now you understand why.
It's okay. All right. Doesn't surprise me.
No, I got to tell you something. My ex-husband at one point said, "Was I in a fight?" I go, "Listen, not only were you in it, it's over, you lost."
I love it. I love it. Fran, when you have you done commercials where you've read the actual side effects of any pharmaceuticals?
No, now that's the weird thing. They don't usually hire me to do that scroll part on the bottom, because really what they do with that is they take the people's words and speed it up. And because of my fast talking record, if they ever take my speech and speed it up, it won't look good for me with the record. So I have to do it where I'm just doing it. So I've done commercials, so many. I was the easy mop girl at one point, pretending I was mopping the thing. I did when Shortcuts, Chicken Purdue came out with Shortcuts. I was the one reading all the things about the shortcuts. When XM and Sirius Radio merged, I read off the list of all the radio stations that was there on both channels.
Wow.
I mean, I've done over 50 commercials. I can't remember all of them. Auntie Anne's Pretzels. I've done for Chock full of Nuts. A whole bunch of different companies.
Wow. Well, once again, everyone, you are listening to Fran Capo, who's actually shared with us the most amazing things in her life and her career as being the most fastest speaking woman, according to the Guinness Book of World Records.
Guinness Book of World Records, yeah.
Yes.
Is it fastest talking woman or fastest talking?
Well, here's the thing. There was a fast talking man. It was a British guy, Steve Woodmore.
Oh, it wasn't.
And then I beat his record. And then, I'm just going to say this. They didn't seem to want to bring him on tours. So what they did was they said, "We're going to call you the fastest talking woman." And then they took me on tours. But my actual records on the wall say fastest talker.
Okay.
All right.
So you're the champ.
She's the champ. The creme
I'm
de
the
la creme.
champ.
Fran, the next time you are in South Florida, you must come on our show in person. But you have something that you said you were going to do for us, and we're going to close with you. And I heard that you were going to do for us
it's
the night before Christmas.
It's that time of year.
The night before Christmas.
Okay.
And
you
actually,
go.
I just want to say one other thing.
Yes.
Because if people go to the website, because I know this is like, I'm talking for like Joe Rubo, who would appreciate this. I do have a book called Almost a Wise Guy, which is a comic drama novel based on the life of my dad, and it's a true story.
You were telling me about
people
that.
would enjoy that. Yeah,
So
that,
they
and
could-
the
they-
last
they could-
one,
they-
because I have 21 books. It's Hope-Filled, the City of Light. And that's
Love it.
the 44 Secrets of Happiness. Now,
and all that they can find on the website.
everything is under bookstores, and I autograph it. People order from the website, and I autograph it, and they make great stocking stuff. And all the books are funny.
Love it.
Definitely gonna look for them.
We're
Okay.
ready for you, girl. Go ahead.
Ready? So this is The Night Before Christmas.
Listen tightly,
It's
everyone.
The Night Before Christmas. What?
Go ahead. Go for it.
Oh, okay. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, and a creature was stirring, and even a mouse. The stockings were hung over the chimney. And the hopes and St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children all nestled snug in their bed, with visions of sugar plum dancing. They had a mom in a kerchief, I'm my cat, but just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang to the bed to see what was the matter. Way to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen slope gave lustre to the midday objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick, more rapid than eagle's horse as he came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now dashing and dancing, the president vixen, common and keeping it down, Netflix, and top of the porch, and top of the wall. Now that's right, all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with the yellow mount to the sky. So up to the house of the course, and they flew with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkle, I heard on the roof the prancing and pouring of each little hoof, and I drew in my head and was turning around. Down the chimney, St. Nicholas came in about. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a fiddle just opened his back. His eyes, how they twinkle, his dimples so merry, and his cheeks were roses like a bowl full of cherry. His mouth was drawn like a little bow, and the beard and the chin was whistle as snow, and the stump of his pipe was out white as teeth, and the smoke inserted his head like a reed, and a broad little face and a round little belly, and it shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. Ha ha ha! He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself, and a wink of eye and twisted a head, so he gave me to know quite nothing. He spoke not a word, but went straight to work and filled in the stocking and turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside in the nose, and giving up the chimney he rose, and he sprang to his sled. To the team gave a whistle, and away he flew like the down of the thistle. But I heard him exclaim, and he drove out of sight. Merry Christmas to all. And to
Oh, my Lord. Thank you so much. Bravo.
We love
There
you.
you go.
We love you.
There you have it, everyone. Fran Capo giving us The Night Before Christmas at How Fast She Speaks. Everyone, thank you so much,
so
Fran.
much.
Thanks,
we
Fran.
love you. Thank you so much for being with
We'll
us.
see you
Happy
soon.
holidays.
Wow.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for that. Wow. Bye.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
That was awesome.
That was
great.
awesome. Oh my goodness. So everyone, there you have it. Have you ever heard The Night Before Christmas as fast as that?
Funny, you listen to it, she's actually reading it.
Yeah.
I understood what she said.
Writes fast, reads fast, talks fast, thinks
Wow.
fast. Wow.
Unbelievable. She
Reminded
would have
me
made a
of
great lawyer.
Reminded me of a few people I was out at when there's.
Wow. She would have been, like I just said, a great lawyer.
That was awesome, man.
That was
What do you
awesome.
think, Freddie? Right?
That's
That
a
was
wow.
amazing.
She
That was
plays
a wow.
the lawyer in Friend Draft.
Amazing. Yes.
Well, I can't imagine anything other than the fact that we couldn't be more grateful to have Fran Capo with us. Everyone, you can certainly go onto her website if you want to hear or find out more about her, buy her books, look into her history, have her go on anything that you wish. That's francapo.com. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in on that note. We're going to go to a quick commercial break and bring on our next guest.
Yes.
Everyone, stay tuned. We're going to have someone freestyling from the 80s with us. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377. And be sure to visit our website at www.gatorstraws.com.
From time to time, this program engages in contesting for prize giveaways. A listener must call into the radio station talk line and be a specific caller or answer a trivia question as specified by the show host to be awarded the prize. The contest duration is the length of the program itself. Winners may be limited to one winner per address and or phone number every 3 months. All listeners are eligible for prizes. Prizes do not exceed a value of $325. The prizes are provided by the show, and the delivery of the prizes is the sole responsibility of the program itself and not the radio station.
Everyone, go ahead, we got it.
Welcome back, everyone. Denise is getting ready here. She had to take a little break. But we're ready to go with our next guest. We're ready to go with our next guest?
Yes.
We have legendary freestyle artist, Coro, and the man himself, Charlie Rodriguez. There they are. What's up, guys?
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to the 6th Borough.
What's up, fellas?
We have ya?
Can you hear us?
There they are.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hey.
perfect.
We got one.
You've gone from the fastest speaking person on earth to the slowest.
Was that wild or what?
Wow.
Well, Coro, you're not going to sing that fast, are you?
I can't do that. It takes me time to remember the words. I was trying to go that fast.
Man, that was amazing. That was awesome. Go ahead.
I don't even remember what she said. I only remember the first entrance. It was Medical Christmas. After that, I lost it.
Yeah, it was hard to keep up with. We got to turn that volume down a little bit.
Yes. Well, welcome. We're so excited to have you on the show. Again, this is Denise Cassell and Joe Rubo with the 6th Borough. We are so excited. When I heard that you were going to come on, I can't imagine where I was listening to freestyle music, and when I started listening to your mix, I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember.
How could you not remember that
I
song?
remember being I don't know where I was actually back in the day, but I remember listening to your music, and welcome. You bring me back in time, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, and we all appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago, and I grew up. We actually called that music heartthrob. We didn't call it freestyle.
I remember there were heartthrob mixes.
Yeah.
They were called. Yeah. Yeah.
We did have a few mixes.
Well, I have to say, you were quite, and still are, the images of you from back then and now. I mean, you're still very, very active in this arena.
You don't age.
The guy hasn't aged.
Oh my gosh. You don't age.
Like Charlie. Charlie looks the same as he did 30 years ago, just a little gray.
Well, Evan, we have
Oh,
Charlie
I'm
Rodriguez.
ready.
We have Charlie Rodriguez with us. That's Charlie Rodriguez Live, who was actually, we had him on some time ago, and is pretty much the founder, if you would, as what we learned, of freestyle music. Am I right, Charlie?
In South Florida.
In South Florida, anyway.
In the Miami area, anyway, I'll take credit for that. There's a lot of great promoters all over the country, and I claim to be the one for the Miami, South Florida area. And Coro, having grown down here in the Hialeah area, he's special for me because every time
Yeah, I
he comes
grew
down,
up there.
yeah. Tell him where you grew up.
Well, I grew up in Hialeah. I was, I did a lot of things back then. And unfortunately, I had a nickname that most cops knew who I was, and Charlie was one of the cops. But he was a good guy. And anyways, yeah, way back.
Coro, would
I grew
you
up
do
in
us,
Hialeah.
Coro, if you do us a favor, can you lower the volume just ever so slightly so we can hear you? We have a little bit of an echo.
Is that a little bit better?
Much better.
Yes.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
yeah.
We spell his name wrong.
I have the speaker right there.
That's
Sorry.
perfect.
Excellent. You
Yeah,
know
but
what,
that's my
Coro?
old stomping ground.
So tell us about this event that's coming up. I know you're going to be part of the Freestyle Island.
Yeah, we got the 80s concert Freestyle Island. It's over at Parrot Jungle Trail in Miami. I'm really super excited to do it. I've heard a lot of good things about that place. A lot of recreational stuff, and we're just gonna have a blast with the artists that are gonna be there. We're there just to turn it out and have a great time.
I can't wait. That's going to be some name.
Am I correct in understanding that you're originally from New York?
I was born in New York and raised in Miami. I was raised in
Wow.
That's a
Miami
good
and then
combo.
relocated back to New York.
So tell us a little bit how you got into music and how did you get to where you are today? Because our listeners and viewers always want to hear how you got there, because not often this is shared. They know your music, they know who you are, they see you today, but tell us a little bit about when this became a passion of yours and the rise of the success that you've had.
Okay, well, to make a long story short, it goes way back when I met Spider from TKA, one of the original members,
Yep.
and he was trying to put a group together. And at the moment where I had met him, I was on set with Don Johnson shooting the Heartbeat video. He was doing a album, so he was doing music videos. In the process of that, I was also shooting for Miami Vice. But we tried to put a group together with Spider and another individual, and it didn't really work out. I had linked up with Toga, and Toga had introduced me to Stevie B. See, I'm telling you a really quick version of this. So Toga introduced me to Stevie B, and before I released anything with Toga, I decided to go on the road with Stevie B so I could see more or less what the shows are like being on the road. Because I had a little bit of stage fright back then, so I figured it'd be a way to get my feet wet and just go along with it. So I toured with him for about a year, and in New York, when we were touring in New York, I had met a producer through my cousins, Zahid Tariq, that was located here in New York, in Brooklyn at the time. And I just did kind of like a demo for him, and he loved it, so I ended up staying. I never went back to Miami.
Oh, wow.
Wow. We're gonna do a commercial
Story.
break.
That's it. Well, listen, we're going to take a 2-minute commercial break, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about
Stay
what
tuned.
you're
We want to
doing
hear
now.
about that. Stay tuned.
Gotcha.
Hey, thanks for riding the 6th Borough radio show. We hope that you will stay with us for part 2 of the show on Power Up Radio. Let's get your weekend started with a little bit of laughs and plenty of sauce.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
The True Oldies Channel presents a jazzy swinging Christmas starring John Tesh live. Saturday, December 10th, the Seabreeze Amphitheater at Carlin Park in Jupiter comes alive with a free holiday concert starring John Tesh. Come enjoy the beautiful outdoors, rain or shine, no cover charge. Bring your lawn chair and blankies. A free concert, but VIP seating pods are available for purchase. Enjoy live music, on-site bars, food, and more. It's John Tesh live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at Carlin Park in Jupiter. Park gates open at 6 p.m. John Tesh live in concert. Part of the Carlin Park After Dark Concert Series. Brought to you by Palm Beach County Parks and Recreation Department, Robes Law Group, Sloman's 1-800-ALARM-ME, Brayman BMW Jupiter, and the Hamilton Piano Company. For more info, visit TrueOldiesFLA.com.
Coffee News is a fun, family-friendly weekly publication provided free to restaurants, coffee shops, and waiting areas for customers to enjoy. Grow your business today through the power of effective, affordable advertising. Coffee News is an active marketing medium specializing in the ongoing weekly promotion of your business. This builds awareness for your company so you become known as the leader of your industry and develop brand awareness so people think of you first when they want your services or products. Maximize your visibility and achieve outstanding results. For more information on Coffee News, contact Sunrise Coffee News at mail.com or give them a call at 954-951-7870.
Planning for the future should not be painful and needs to be discussed. From health, family, finances, allow qualified professionals to aid in your planning. Luhu Advisors have been serving South Florida for over 30 years. A licensed real estate broker, insurance agent, assisted living administrator, and certified senior advisor, Paul Solomon is the most qualified and well-rounded advisor for any task. Specializing in real estate, long-term care, life insurance and annuities, social securities, government benefits, and senior housing. Luhu Advisors. Let us help you.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com.
This program is furnished by amp2tv.square.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guests alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Let's get your weekend started on Fridays with your one and only new host, Denise. bringing you amped, raw, and fun energy to entertain as you end your week to welcome your weekend. Denise will bring new friends, celebrities, entrepreneurs, topic experts, musicians, foodies, local events, news, and much more to educate, celebrate, motivate, relax, and relate. As she says, let's make your mess your message. So let's get this party started. Here's Denise.
Hey, what year was that?
A long time ago.
Sometime in the 80s.
He hates us now. What was that, like 88, 87?
Might have been 89.
Okay, I was right.
It was around that era.
I know my music.
Unbelievable.
That
You
video,
know,
I remember that show. I was so scared, all as hell.
Where was that?
Oh God, Show de Mediodía, I think it was something like that.
It was a TV show, wasn't it?
It was a TV show, yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like the set of Soul Train.
Dance Party USA.
Dance Party USA.
USA. I remember that.
That's right. Yep. Dance Party USA. Wow. Memories you just brought back. I saw Charlie dancing in there too. I saw him back there. Charlie was the guy that got on at the end dancing up there.
I have watched Coro in front of 10,000 people sing that song a cappella. Ever see 10,000 people follow along?
Wow.
That man right there.
I know every word to the song. That's freestyle royalty, that song. It's like one of the biggest hits ever, yeah.
So are you still doing it? You still making music or what?
No, I retired. I retired 4 years ago. I haven't done anything.
But you're coming back for the show.
I'm joking. I'm playing.
Yeah, you're joking.
You're joking.
I was gonna say, what you talking
No,
about?
I've been really quite busy. Fortunately, I'm really busy. Going
Thank
back
God.
and forth to New York, Texas, Chicago, Miami, going back and forth, and in between trying to get home for Christmas.
Where's home base now? Is you back in South Florida?
Orlando. Yeah.
Oh, in Orlando. Okay.
Oh, you're in Orlando now? So you can't come
No,
down?
I'm presently in New York right now at the moment.
Oh, okay. Where are you going to be next week? We'd love you to come to the set next week for our Christmas show.
I might be in Florida.
If
I
you
know I
are,
got a show this weekend, and then I may be leaving like the middle of next week.
if you are, we'd love you to. Well, whenever you're here, we want you to come. But
Where are
Charlie's,
you guys at exactly?
we're in Boca Raton, South Florida.
Yeah, that's a little way from me, but yeah.
Well, I have to ask a couple of questions.
Sure.
When we were listening, I can't tell you how many of us sat back and said, "Oh my gosh, I remember that song." And then I remember where we were, and then our bodies started to groove with you. You have actually, along with so many other artists, but you in particular, that one song, it just takes one song to bring you back. And that was the one song that I'm glad that we chose that one, because that was something they all said, "Oh gosh, I remember that." Here you are with us today, talking live. And I know, Ken, you had a question for him, didn't you?
What nationality are you?
I'm Cuban, Dominican, Haitian, Cuban,
Wow.
Dominican, Haitian, Arab.
Oh wow.
And I just found out I have a little bit of Mexican in me.
Did you do your genealogy? Did you do your ancestry.com?
He's his own melting pot.
No, that's without having to do that whole, that thing that you send in and do it. That's
Right.
all what I
Ancestors.com.
know. Yeah, that's what I know without doing that. So
I'm afraid to do that.
Yeah, we
I
were
don't
talking
believe
about
I
it.
want to do that either. They might clone you with your saliva or whatever, and
Yeah,
then
right.
DNA. I don't know, but I don't want another me anywhere around.
Yeah.
Well, with your talent, I don't think that would be a problem to have another one of you.
wow.
I have a couple of questions for you that are coming in. So I understand that you were also a dancer and a vocalist, right, with Cardi B. Who was it? Cardi B, was it? Or
Stevie B.
Stevie B. Yes. Forgive me,
Yeah.
Cardi B. Listen, I got two generations crossing me right now.
It's fine.
Stevie D, I'm so sorry.
Before,
No,
before
no more
I
shots
ended
for you.
Before I ended up doing my own stuff, I had gone on the road with Stevie B. I was background vocalist and also dancer, along with Charlie, which he became a part of. He was Lanier, and
Sending all my love.
Pee Wee. We call him Pee Wee Gerald, but he became a chiropractor. Yeah, Lanier.
Oh, wow.
Sending all my love.
Yeah.
Did you write your own songs?
I had a little bit to do with them. I didn't have the full production and writing. I just had additional writing.
You got some events coming up soon, right? Let's hear about it.
Well, off the top of my head, I don't have my schedule in front of me, but I do know February 18th, we're going to be over at the 80s Concert Freestyle at Perry Island, Perry Jungle Trail. I seen it a long time ago, and I can only imagine what they've done to it now. It's just going to be super exciting. And
not
a
what you
lot of
saw
personal
last.
friends coming out. No, it's changed a lot from what I heard.
Yes, it
So
has.
there's no way a person could get bored there. There's so much to do. So I'm looking forward, even before the concert or after the concert, to be able to do and hang out.
So, Charlie, I'm sorry. Charlie, real quickly, tell us the details of the event that's coming up and how they can get tickets to see this amazing 80s lineup.
Like you said, one of the important features about this, it's located in the middle of Biscayne Bay in Watson Island, 23 acres. It's a very small island, and it's centered around Jungle Island. Jungle Island is right up against the water. You got all kind of animals in the area. The venue holds 2,000 people. The people come early to have the ability to have dinner overlooking Biscayne Bay.
Wow.
Right after dinner, they walk into the venue, and you get to see amazing artists like Coro, my boy right here from Hialeah, Florida, George Lamont, Noel, Niasia, Ronaldo, Promise Circle, Lime, and a little bit of disco, Franz Julie.
Wow.
And you
What a
got
lineup.
yourself a Miami old school party in the middle of Jungle Island. One iconic venue with several iconic artists. It doesn't get any better than that. What a way to bring in 2023 Valentine's weekend, International Boat Show. Bring your wife, bring your girlfriend, bring your husband, have a beautiful evening, have dinner, get your tickets at Eventbrite by typing 80s Freestyle Island Concert or call 786-277-2270, and I'm gonna take care of you like I take care of my family.
Yes.
Nice.
Wow.
We will definitely be there, and we're gonna have Charlie come on more and talk about the event. But I have a question for both you guys. You both, we had a gentleman on the show last week. He had a group of actors and comedians that he's working with, and they all keep working together and they keep going off and doing other stuff. That's kind of like the way freestyle is, right? It's like a family almost. Freestyle's like a group of guys that they all work together and they all branched off and they're all stars. Am I right about that? It's kind of like a family.
It is a family.
Right.
Coro is one of the patriots of the family.
Exactly.
It just began in the 80s. New York, Miami, we had our own different sounds. He's well aware of it. Coro was with Stevie B, with Toga.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he came from those guys. Yeah.
From back then, and that was a family back then. Then Power 96 started playing all the music from Fever Records, from Micmac,
Yep.
from Power 96. You already got New Yorkers living down here, so they already heard the music on WKTU. Now they hear it down here at Power
WKTU.
96.
Man, he's bringing back some
This
memories.
is
Woo!
the 6th borough of New York, right here between Boca Raton and Hialeah. This is New York City in the house.
That's right.
Why they love freestyle music down here. They fell in love with it, and the artists and the fans became one big happy family all over the United States.
I love that.
Thanks to people like Coro. I love you, brother.
That's right.
Like I said, Cora, you have given us some great, I should say your talent shared with us has really afforded us a lot of great time, body movement, dancing. You know, on that note, are you a natural dancer? Did they have to teach you? Was it just something you were born with?
I don't know. I don't do too much dancing. I don't think that's too technical. I leave that up to the actual dancers. I just move with the sound. I don't just want to stay there all stiff. So I just go with it.
He's from the island. We're born with swagger.
You gotta move. You gotta dance a little bit.
That song reminds me of my GTA, Trans Am GTA with the tops off, cruising around, my mullet blowing out the window.
Yo, I have a question for the both of you. In the freestyle world, would you say that in general, from a cultural standpoint, what would be the largest ethnicity influence, if you would, cultural influence in the freestyle world of music?
Coro would know. He's on stage watching every single person.
Would you say it's more of a Latin influence, that the most of the freestyle singers come from a Latin background, or are they a mix? What would you say?
I mean, it looks like more so a Latin background. That's what it looks to me. I may be wrong, but most of the freestyle artists, I believe, are Hispanic.
I remember growing up in Chicago,
You're right.
and we had the Puerto Rican parade, and we had all the freestyle artists would come perform at the Puerto Rican parade in Chicago.
Big Latin influence, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
a lot of it had to do with the radio station that was putting the music on rotation. Power 96 in the 80s and 90s was heard. You wouldn't hear this music on Y100.
Right.
So the following demos were on Power 96.
That they used to have that lunchtime mix. That was the best.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my
Friday
God.
at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock mix, yeah.
It was, I think that was like with Bo Griffin days.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's his
Cox
name?
on the radio.
Cox on the radio.
On the radio. Yeah.
Oh, you're showing my age now.
For me in Chicago, it was B96.
Yeah.
And they had this whole
Every
thing with
Friday at 5 o'clock, I would be on Cox on the radio, bringing in my artists that would be playing at whatever club late at night. And you would go on there, and Cox would have his bell, ding, 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 ding.
I remember that. Yeah.
You know?
Look at Charlie still going.
I would have the men from La Bear in there because they would be performing at 3 o'clock in the morning at whatever club we were at. So my name was Rocco on Power 96. So all the girls would wait for 3 o'clock in the morning to hear Rocco.
Oh my God!
Wow, how did you get into all this mix up with the music and everything, Charlie? How did you become the manager and promoter that you are?
That's another complete story.
That's a whole nother show.
That's another show, but I would be glad to talk about it. It's another show. It's another movie. Just imagine a guy in uniform handling calls and then walking into a club with 3,000 people in 1989 at the Cameo Theater. It was two different worlds altogether.
Oh, wow.
Wow, and it crazy. Would not be possible without artists like Coro. That's why I love that boy right there.
My man.
Carl, have you ever teamed up with anyone else to do a performance, like dual performance with singing and dancing and whatnot, or do you typically do it as a solo? What is the form that you typically fall on, or what have you done in that respect?
Well, I always do it when I pretty much solo. Although recently I worked on something with Julio Mena. I recorded something about a year ago or something. But I'm really picky with who I pick and choose to work with as far as, doing any duets. The only thing that comes close to that would be when sometimes we've done shows in the past where there's three or four artists on stage, and it's a medley where one's singing, and then we do like the backgrounds or sing, and then it switches. The next song would be the next artist, but we've all been on stage at the same time. And one other song that was called "We're the Ones." I collaborated with me, Joey Kidd, Brenda K. Star, Judy Torres, Cynthia, and Tony Moran. That was way back. Yeah, it was a really good record. But
Those are all the
never,
biggest names.
It was a really dope record. Barbosa produced it. The producer, I can't remember his name right now, but really interesting.
It's crazy. At work, when I'm at work and I'm doing stuff on the computer, I'll go on YouTube and I'll throw on an old freestyle mix. And in every mix, that song is in it. Every mix.
So where are you tonight?
Yeah, yeah. No, your song. Yeah, and every mix I listen to.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom goes on, yeah.
So, Borough, let me hear. Talk
sorry?
about your new song.
Yes.
Yes, let's hear about the
Mona
new song.
Lisa.
Yes.
Mona Lisa?
Mona Lisa. I was really fortunate enough to meet this producer, Edwin Ramos, and work with him from Platinum Studios. I got to tell you, the guy is a genius. Alyssa B is an amazing writer, and fortunate I had the privilege of working with these two individuals. And Edwin just made the song so much bigger than what it was originally. It was beautiful, but when he got a hold of it, he just really turned the song into a masterpiece. So I've been fortunate enough to work with him for some other stuff that I've been working on, and things are coming along. But Mona Lisa has been the last thing that I recorded just, I guess, about a few months ago, 6 to 8 months ago, I believe.
When is it coming out?
It came out already.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, the record label isn't doing their job.
And where could people find it to listen to it?
I think you can still find it on all digital platforms. It's still available on the digital platforms.
Yeah, we have it on rotation on Miami One Radio.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
I love that.
All right.
So, I have a question, and I always want to ask this. If we have people listening out there, what recommendation or what would you say for the youth that's out there, anyone that wants to follow the path into the music path that you have done, what would be the best advice that you would have to give them?
Good question somebody just asked.
Well, I mean, basically, I've been asked that question before. As always, there's a lot of competition out there, and some are luckier than others that get noticed and recognized and to put on this platform that they're able to do this. However, there's so much more talented people out there that you'd be surprised. But little by little, the internet, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook really helps a lot for this generation, at least, to get their talent noticed. Back then, it wasn't that easy. We had to go through the hard way. We did everything the hard way. We didn't
had to
have
go
all
through the
these-
listening process, yeah?
Yeah, and we
my
had
gosh, that's
boards
so
that
true.
listened to
Airplay.
us. So everything for them, fortunately, thank God, it's become easier, and there is a lot of talent out there to be discovered.
Charlie.
So, there's so many different people. Yeah, there's so many talented people out there. There's always room for plenty more. It's just a matter of who gets noticed and being at the right place at the right time, I guess. But
Exactly.
keep your head up and never give up on your dreams. Look, I've been doing it for quite a long time, and I'll do it. I'm gonna milk the cow until I can. It runs out of milk. So keep doing what you do. If it's what you love, it should work out.
We have a question from Anthony in New York. He wants to know, who is your favorite music artist?
My favorite all-time music artist is Prince.
Prince, yes.
All right.
Good choice.
That's a
Great choice.
That is
Great
a
inspiration.
great choice.
Being in the music industry for so long and performing for so long, what type of vocal care do you do to keep your vocals so strong and being able to perform, especially now?
I wish I would take care of my vocals more than what I do. I just don't scream a lot, and even the laughing sometimes is crazy. But I don't know. You just do what you can, work with what you got to work with.
Avoid
I
chocolate.
guess it's a blessing. Right?
Did you say avoid chocolate?
Avoid chocolate.
Chocolate's no good for your voice.
Yeah, it's not good for your vocals. No.
Then
What
I
I
can-
what I would
I can never be a
recommend.
singer.
I always recommended to people that they drink hot honey water.
Yes.
To keep their vocals moist and use
Honey.
those
Magical.
you know those
There's several
cyanide cleanings. Keep those clean. And
Well,
that
there's
keeps
several
your
things.
vocals.
I just don't like. I chew on these like cough suppressants, but they're really throat drops or something. But not with menthol. Menthol, I believe I was told it tightens your vocal cords. It doesn't work well with it. And of course, the lemon juice and with honey or any tea, something warm.
So, do you have a ritual? Many of us do before you go live. Is there anything special that you do? Do you kneel and pray? Do you give yourself the cross? Do you just turn around 3 times and jump? I don't know. Is there any ritual that you do before going on live?
I do.
Uh-oh.
Before I go on, I always meditate.
Okay.
I always meditate, surround my aura, clean my aura, protect it, do a few things. Even with all the noise and everything going on around me, I'm still able to focus because I've been doing it for so many years. It's just really crazy because I have this bass speaker right next to me and I still can get through it with no distraction. The only time, and people know that when they see me, my back to the wall, I'm facing the wall, everybody, already I'm meditating, nobody bothers me. But as a ritual, I do that every single show without fail.
It is true. Every artist has their thing. Every athlete probably has their thing too. But meditating makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, I would imagine we had a show that was based on adult ADHD. So if you're able to do that and focus and still sing and have all that music around you, I'm going to say you don't have ADD. So thank you for being able to stay focused because the talent that you share is just off the charts.
What do you do before you come on?
I got diagnosed on the last show, so.
Denise, what do you do before you come on the air? What
do I do? Okay, I don't know.
She yells at Joe.
Charlie and
yells at me.
Carl wants to hear this. But I tend to okay, so maybe I may be a little boisterous, but.
This is what she does. Joe, you better behave tonight.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, I got to have a conversation. But thanks for sharing that. It is true. We need to ask that question more often. But I have another question for you that came in. Of course I do, because these things come up. Is your hair still as long as it was then now?
No.
Okay.
I always get to these crazy. I let my hair grow real long. The last time I let it grow as long, it was to my waist. Then little by little, I cut it. And then all of a sudden, I got this mohawk. And then I kind of start regretting it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going through in-between stage right now. That's why I'm wearing a hat. So I'm going to let it grow out again. I can't make up my mind. So I think maybe I should let it grow out, being that I can still grow my hair still.
Yeah.
So I'll let it grow out. I just get tired. Just short hair. I got to do styles to it and stuff.
He's going to grow his hair in.
What about you, Charlie? You going to grow your hair out?
It's already long. I just got if I had it my way,
You still got the head of hair.
He looks
My
great.
hair was like Bob Seger back then.
That's right. I remember. Well, thank you so much for being on with us. We so appreciate what you've shared. We want to hear some more. I mean, we have some video, pretty certain, and some actual pictures of you through your career. Maybe we can get some of those on the screen, and you can share a little bit
There we go.
of the timeline. Like, when was this? This is
That's
Euphoria.
Yeah, KT Euphoria was a big concert that I did for KTU. That was the
WKTU
photo
in
shoot.
New York.
I just did the photo shoot for Mona Lisa. Oh, my dog is.
So this is for the one for Mona Lisa. This particular album
Yeah,
cover.
that was the photo shoot. Yeah, photo shoot for Mona Lisa.
Wow.
Great. I love that. So what do we have here?
That's an old one.
That's the cover to Missing You. That's when I was signed to Virgin Records, Charisma.
Oh, wow. Virgin Records.
Yeah, a long time ago. I don't remember where I was there.
I don't remember.
Who
knows?
Performing somewhere.
Well, wherever you were doing your job.
Yes, I was having a good time.
Hey, look at that.
Aw,
Hey, Rufus.
Another guest.
another guest. We've had four-legged
Just
guests
like-
before. So when you're doing your traveling now, do you have a crew that travels with you, or do any of your family come with you? What is your tradition?
Well, when I go on the road, when I do shows, I'm flying from state to state. I usually fly with my manager and my 2 dancers.
Okay.
And then when I'm local in New York, we always have a crew that just comes with us. Yeah, it's just friends and stuff, close friends, and they hang out with us.
Who is your
I'm sorry?
choreographer?
The choreographer, the routine stems from years ago, and it's always revamped as we go along. Little things are changed, and we get a new dancer, and they're also choreographers sometimes, and we just revamp things around. So the routine, my God, it's gone through a few changes, but still somewhat familiar to people when they see the show.
Yeah.
So you actually have someone that gives you the choreography, or it just changes over and over?
8 o'clock.
No, well, my dancers are choreographers
We
as
gotta
well,
take.
so we switch it up. Every
We
time
gotta
we
take
get
another
tired
break.
of the staff.
We gotta take a break again. 8 o'clock
right
break.
back.
We'll be right back. Hold
Stay
tight.
tuned. Hold tight.
Hold that note.
Time out.
Yeah. Hey.
WWNN AM Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting live from the Robe Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. This is the one and only.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com.
From time to time, this program engages in contesting for prize giveaways. A listener must call into the radio station talk line and be a specific caller or answer a trivia question as specified by the show host to be awarded the prize. The contest duration is the length of the program itself. Winners may be limited to one winner per address and or phone number every 3 months. All listeners are eligible for prizes. Prizes do not exceed a value of $325. The prizes are provided by the show, and the delivery of the prizes is the sole responsibility of the program itself and not the radio station.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to the Power Up Hour. We have with us Coro, freestyle singer from the Legends, and we have Charlie Rodriguez live with us. And we are so happy to have had you here. Bring us back in time. You both have given us so much of your talent. Coro, you've given us a lot to go back in time and remember. We can't wait to see you live at the event. And any particular holiday thing that you wish that you can share with us that your family does? We just want to know some of your tradition or a tradition that's special to you for this time of year.
Oh, we usually do a panini.
Of course you do.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Panini, yes. So for those that don't know, he's actually referring to roast pork. It's a Latin thing. Panini is a Latin It's a roast pork, and it's a very traditional meal.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes I cook it, sometimes my mom cooks it. I don't know who's doing it this year, but we're definitely doing it.
I'm with you. We have the same experience. Charlie, anything special you're doing? Oh! We love it. Freestyle Island 80s. Everyone,
Charlie, are you going to be here next week? You're going to come to the Christmas show?
Hopefully you will.
If you guys are in town, you got to come. You don't want to miss this.
Yes. Charlie's got to be here.
Okay. Just send me the information.
Bring your ball with you. Can't hear you.
Can't hear you. We lost you.
Charlie, we can't hear Charlie. We lost Charlie.
We lost
the audio.
How about now? Test it.
There you go. Now we got you.
I carry my ball.
Is it good?
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being on, and I'll see you soon. Charlie, I'll talk to you during the week. Coro, thank you very much for being on. Good luck to you guys. See you on the 23rd.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Charlie, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you, Coro. Love you, brother.
Take care now.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Good night.
That's cool. You know,
Wow,
it's
two
funny.
good guests.
I actually work with Sal from Fever Records and Cynthia. I make products for both of them through MagChop.
Oh, wow.
Sal Abatello?
Yeah, of Fever
The
Records.
real Abatello.
Yeah. I have his.
I know him from New York.
Yeah.
He gets the big freestyle artist.
Yeah, really great guy. I make the mugs for Fever Records. For
He
their
hired
memorabilia.
me when I was in my 20s. I was worked for him for security with those guys when they did shows.
It was a trip when he called me. I was in New Jersey at the time, and I was with a group of people that were like really
Kenny
big
knows
freestyle
everybody.
fans.
Kenny knows everybody.
And the phone comes in. It says, weird New York number. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna answer it. I answer it, and I said Sal, and they said I said Fever Records, and the girl next to me jumps up and she's like, "Oh my God, you're getting a phone call from Sal?" I'm like, "Yeah," And that's how I realized who it was, and I was like, "Oh yeah." So it's really cool to work with him, and I work with Cynthia. She actually lives in Port St. Lucie. I'm trying to get her to come down to the show.
Did he say she was on that?
She's part. Yeah, she was part of that. No, not the show that's coming up.
Oh, she's not.
But he's done work with her. But
Yeah.
I actually trying to get her to come down on the show.
Come on our show, yes.
Yes, I'm working on it.
Well, I have to say that was a great opportunity to be part of some great talent. Learn a little bit more about the freestyle movement back in the '80s and the influence.
I just wish it would come back, man. The music, it was so good.
Yeah.
Music nowadays, like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Well, listen, it's cultural, it's moving, but one thing for sure, we want to make sure that we don't ever forget that it existed, because it was actually probably the foundation to a lot other
it's
music
founded
that's out there.
house music.
Yes, exactly.
Stuff like that. My kids listened to it because when they were kids, I was blasting it in the car, and they used to make a point, "Dad, it sounds like all one song." I said, "Yeah, that's how they do it. They mix them all."
Yeah, it rolls so
Yeah,
smooth.
it's awesome.
So
Yep.
Kenny, what's up,
going
Kenny?
on, Nick? I see you.
Oh,
Great
well.
guy.
So once again, anyone, we're going to move on to our next guest, but we want to make sure you are listening to the Power Up Hour. We had with us Coro, who is one of the major freestyle singers from the 80s, and we had Charlie Rodriguez, that was
Mr.
with us.
Freestyle.
Mr. Freestyle himself, that is actually putting together a very large Freestyle 80 show that's in February. Again, you can look him up. It's Charlie Rodriguez, and that event is going to be off the charts. So just bring
Freestyle
you way back
Island.
in time. Way back in time.
We will be there. We're going
Yes,
to be
we
giving
will.
away tickets. Charlie's going to be joining us on the weeks to come, promoting the show, and hopefully bringing us a different artist every time he comes on.
Now, we know who's listening to us out there. This is right in your wheelhouse. If you are in that age and time where you were listening to the 80s and the music, you know what? You don't want to miss this. This is what we're about here, is giving you some moments in time to remember of different genres of music and education and film and all that other stuff. So definitely stay tuned. If you want to call in, we want to hear from you, because our next guest, we've had him here on the show before, and we are excited to have him again. But I'm going to give you that telephone number just in case you need to know. It's 888-565-1470, and you can actually call in if you have any questions or comments, or you can go on to our website or onto our Facebook page and leave a comment on there, and we will give you a shout out. Those questions that we've been receiving are really good.
Yes, good questions.
They really are.
Call in. We want to hear from you.
Yes, we do. So our next guest with us is Aaron Avelta, who's been with us before, who is an actor, director, producer, several times Oscar nominee, and is here today because we want to recognize him once more. I said, we got to have you back on, Aaron. And here we are. And this is, he's on our show. He was on our show, I think, back in the month of November. And he was working on a particular film then that was called The Iron Temple, which was really, really super cool movie. It was a true story. So let's bring Aaron on and we can talk more about this and where he is today and what's going on, the articles being written about him. And so we can hear more about him. Let's bring Aaron on. Aaron, welcome to the show. I'm so happy you're here with us once again. You've had great things happening since the last time we met and we talked. So what's going on? How are you doing? How are you feeling about everything?
Well, thank you for having me back on again. You know, I love coming on this show, and you guys are doing amazing. I listen every week whenever I get a chance to. So, yeah, everything's going good right now. We're actually, we just released a film recently called Evoke, which is an Oscar contender again this year. So this will be my third year in a row competing for an Oscar, you know, which is something I don't think a lot of people have done, but, you know, I got to do some more research and see if I'm the first one.
An Oscar. I mean, tell us how, first of all, how does one get put into that position to get an Oscar, and what does receiving an Oscar really represent?
Well, to get into position to receive that or even to compete for it, you know, you have to go through the qualifying rounds. You know, whether you're going through a film festival, theatrical run, you know, any of those things to qualify. And thankfully, we qualified this year. And we're actually supposedly in the top 10 right now for the short list. So, I mean, we're going up against some major competition. Like
yes, you are.
Yeah, we're going up against like Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar and Jordan Peele because they released. So it's a tough race, you know, but we're here competing. So that's the most important part.
That's awesome.
So we have here an actual comment. Congratulations to you from Mariah, and she's an actress. I don't know if you know who that is.
She's congratulating you.
Yes, she is.
Thank you.
You know who that is? Do you remember that Lotto advertisement with the lady holding the money? That was her.
Was it real money?
Tamara Moore.
Real money.
Tamara Moore White.
Go, Aaron.
Look at that. You got a little fan club rolling on out there.
Thank you guys for supporting, and you know, I do this for everyone. So.
Well, Aaron is really a very big heart. He has helped me out. He's done great things and helped out the Power Up Show, gotten us guests and whatnot. Wendy McVoy-Laquiste, thank you so much. That is awesome. That is her quote. Thanks for the commentary. And, you know, every time I've called Aaron and said, I need help or something, he's jumped. He's just recently done that for us as well. Aaron, you are such a huge asset, a friend, a big heart. And we really appreciate that about you. But I want to now go into, so you wrote the original show, which was The Iron Temple, which was a true story. And we do have Tony with us. I don't know if we can bring him on the line, who was actually the main character and who the story was pretty much written about. Is that right?
Yeah. It was written about a little background before.
This is the
oh,
one.
There he goes.
Aaron, this is the one you showed me the other night.
Yeah. This is the Iron Temple, which also was up for an Oscar last year. You know, unfortunately, we didn't get the nomination, but you know, we competed. So.
Hey.
It doesn't matter. You got the name. You're in there. I mean, you're in that line, and eventually keep going and keep trying. It's going to get there. Tony, thanks so much for joining us on such a short notice. We really appreciate you hopping on the line with us.
You're welcome.
Yes. So we were actually talking about the first movie, which was The Iron Temple. I don't know, maybe perhaps you can very quickly, Tony, give us a very high overview of The Iron Temple, and then I'm going to move over and have Aaron tell us about the sequel, which is called Evoke. Is that right?
Sort of, something like that, yeah.
Sort of, kind of.
Well, really quick, I had a best friend and trusted him. He got into some trouble, and like a brother, I tried to shelter him, and I ended up paying the price and going to prison for 5 years over helping him out.
I actually saw the movie, and it was, oh my gosh, you know, and I can't tell how many friends I've talked to saying that talking about this story, and of course, Aaron making it coming to life, and you being the actual actor when it's really about you. So I wanted to very much so recognize that. And bring that back full circle, because here we are almost a year later and we're talking about it again. So let's move on to the next movie, which is called Evoke. And this is the one that's up for an Oscar nominee as well. And Tony, you play one of the main characters in it.
Correct. I play Kane, which is Aaron's partner in the movie. We're both police officers. So it's part two in the sense that it's the second film we both work on together, and they're both Oscar nominated, but two different stories.
Well, actually, you guys really work very well together. So tell me, Aaron, what brought this movie about?
That's a good question, because trying to keep it a little simple until it releases, worldwide. So basically, it's the two partners based there trying to solve a murder of a young female, which has ties to both of them. So that's kind of basically the rough of what it is, but it's going to be released later on, probably either later next year. So I'll keep you guys informed, and check it out. I mean, the trailer's out there right now, so you can check it out. So
where can they see the trailer?
Wow, it's on YouTube right now. Actually, we just released it out there, and we're, like I said, since we're doing the Oscar campaign right now. It's tough because we can't like say certain things or showcase certain things, but soon, it'll be out there, and check us out on abletofilm.com, and we'll link it to Iron Temple also, because Iron Temple is a part of it too, because without Iron Temple, this doesn't really get made. So,
oh wow. I gotta say this because I don't think people really understand. Like he's saying, okay, we gotta release it next year. We gotta, do like that. And being a director and doing everything that you're doing, post is really a lot longer than people think it is. And so everyone knows, they see these productions, and this is why I think a lot of movie companies say don't post anything about when you're shooting, because what happens is it starts gaining interest, and then you got to go through post, and post can take up to, how long did post take for these movies?
Well, for Iron Temple, we were editing during the time we were filming, so we were just, every time we filmed, we caught up, we did this. Iron Temple is a different type of film. It's a docu-narrative. It's something that we kind of made up. It's a documentary and a narrative put together. So half of it's a movie, half of it is documentary. So usually when you watch a documentary, it's fully everything on. But we try to put something different, where people would be engaged, and so far the reception from it was great. The difference with Evoke is actually a little shorter, so we were able to because it's a shorter time frame, it was much easier to do it. And halfway through, I was like, you know what, this is a good story. I feel like we can, compete for an Oscar for it, because there are some underlying themes in it, where nowadays, in what you'll see in the film is that social acceptance, a family, all those little details are in there, and mental health awareness, because a little caveat for it, one of the characters does go through a mental health breakdown. So that's all I can say. I'm not gonna say no more. If I say no anymore, you guys are gonna know what it is. So,
and so you are obviously the star of the first movie. How was it reliving what you went through and having to go through the whole thing again? Basically, I'd imagine that had to be tough.
It was difficult. It was very it was like opening old wounds that were almost closed, although they never closed completely. But reliving it and going through it again was like repeating something I just heard last night. So the lines for me were very easy. In fact, I didn't even have a script because I went through it. So I just read it. I just said what I said when I did it, and it was tough. My hair stands up now as I speak of it, but it was really thought-provoking, heart-provoking, emotional. It was.
And you guys work a lot together. Obviously, there's a strong bond there to be able to pull this kind of stuff off.
Yeah. We got to thank somebody, because if it wasn't for this individual, she would probably kick me if I don't say it. But thank you, Natalie. If it wasn't for Natalie introduced me to Tony, and when she introduced me to Tony, we're here today, because none of this would have happened if I didn't meet him through her.
Good job, Natalie. No kicking him.
Yes, Natalie. We missed you. We had Natalie on the show back last year, and she was actually the conduit to the both of you.
That's right. She was a client that I was training, and I told her my story. And she says, hey, I have a friend who I think would love your story, and I think you guys could do something together. And here we are.
Wow. And then from that story, the next part of the story is this is the fabricated part. This is like, or is it? There's some truth in that. It's like true story stuff in that as well.
From
they're
Iron
tying
Temple to
together.
Evoke?
Yeah.
Well, sort of. So what it was what happened for Evoke. Tony called me one night, right? This is the short story, and he said, he gave me this idea about he wanted to do a film, and I said, that's a great idea, yes, but I felt like it would be better as a feature, like a longer film and everything. So I told him about this idea that I had written a while ago, and he was like, hey, this is good. I went in my room. I literally spent an hour, wrote the film, sent it to him. He wrote. I said, "Hey, it's here." He called me back. He said, "This is good. I like it. Let's do it." I called Rajesh and my producer. I called David, and they were like, "Go for it." And David told me, David's the director of photography. He was like, "I'm free Sunday," and ever since we just did it, we just went and we got everything filmed and done.
So far, all the directors we've talked to and met
Right?
with have a bunch of scripts. Do you have a bunch of them laying around?
Yeah, yeah,
There
you
it
do,
is.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I was just about to say that, Kenny, that we had last week, we've had some, actually, I think there's a common theme. I guess the creativeness just oozes and it happens without trying. I mean, I think that's right. I mean, I know Joe's in the middle of writing a book as well about his story, so maybe a movie could be made of this. What do you think, Joe?
Well, I've known Aaron a while now. I knew him before he became a big shot. Very talented man. I mean, he did the work of 4 people when he worked with me on VIP TV. I got rid of 4 people, and Aaron took over the whole thing. As a matter of fact, he coordinated the whole Key West series. He's a very talented man. I'm glad he's doing well. And we, last week, or was it the week before, we spoke about it. We are definitely going to do something together, right, Aaron?
Yeah, man. At Anna's birthday,
Yes.
the little celebration.
We're definitely going to be doing something together.
I'd like to get my mug in your next movie and just slide that over there.
Your face or the mug?
Both.
You have 3 of us available if you'd like to have us do a cameo appearance anywhere. I have to ask, Tony, do you still have the Iron Temple down in Miami?
Absolutely.
He's wearing the shirt. He's wearing the shirt.
Just trying to give you a plug. I see the shirt.
In living color, all day, 24 hours. We don't close.
Where is it in Miami, Tony?
It's in Kendall.
Kendall? Okay.
Kendall, Miami is all the same thing to us up here.
Tell people how to find you. Let them know. Let them
where can they find
Where's the
you?
website and stuff?
Take the turnpike down to 120th Ave, get on the right, and you're right there. 12251 Southwest 112th Street. Iron
Guys,
Temple
when you see the guy, when you see the guy selling the orange, make a left.
Yes. and the avocado, the avocados he's got there too. Well, thank you so much for being on with us. I mean, we're really excited for you both. Aaron, thank you so much. We are so looking forward to whatever else you have coming up, and you have the Power Up Hour support. As I said, you are very, very talented, and you truly deserve all the recognition possible. And continue your work, because it's just amazing to hear the stories of artists like yourself, creators like yourself. We have it here, the article that was from the Blasting News, and it actually says, an actor, director, producer, Aaron M. Obalto, Oscars hopes for a short film Evoke. I did see some of the movie, and I thought, that's something that actually I had seen what you sent me, and I wanted more, actually. And the ending, I won't let it go out of the cat of the bag, but it was pretty good. I wanted more.
Very good stuff.
Good stuff. Thank you so much, Tony, for being with
Thank you.
us.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me.
Aaron, you're welcome here anytime. Hopefully you'll come back we're having a very big...
Next week.
Tony,
Why don't you come by next week?
95 the Glades.
Yes, 95. 95 the Glades, come over here. It's the opposite direction, but we are in a new studio. We would love to have you, and even potentially Natalie, Aaron, we would love to have you here as well. So it's going to be a really fun time.
Big Christmas show next week. It's going to be really
food.
Cool.
Yes,
Thank you.
with
Thank
food.
you so much.
Thank you so much for being here once again. Great to see you. Happy holidays to you. So we're going to go on to our next closing part, please. And just know that we are so excited to have such a great show. Aaron, thank you for sharing. But I'm going to ask one more question before you go. Aaron, I've asked this before, and Tony once more. For yourself, Aaron, what would be the one thing you would want to have others know on how to achieve what you've done so far as a path of being a writer, creator, and so on?
Well, I would say that, follow your dreams You know, I know that's probably a cliche everybody says, but I myself is living proof. You know, when I first started off in this industry, you know, I wasn't the person that everyone thought would become this. You know, they're like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Everyone will tell you what you should and shouldn't do. But in reality, you're the only one that knows what you really should and shouldn't do.
Well said, well said.
Well said.
Yes, Tony, you actually have quite a story yourself, given where you are today. What's the one message you would want others to hear from you in giving your path and, you know, reinventing yourself and all? What would be the one piece of message you would send?
The past does not equal the future. Doesn't
There you
matter
go.
what happened to you yesterday, a week ago, 10 weeks ago. Doesn't dictate who will you become tomorrow if you just follow your dreams and don't listen to anybody. Just go for it.
My goodness, so well said. What do you think, Joe?
You hit that right on the head, Tone, from experience.
They could all be motivational speakers with
I'm telling you.
with Fran.
Yeah.
What a great story. Thank you, Tony. That was a great message. Aaron, thank you so much for saying that, because we need to hear things like this.
Absolutely.
Nuggets of motivation, nuggets of truth from people that are living it every day. And you never know who it's going to touch in that 1 minute of all who's listening or watching. There you go. You have it from really two very strong individuals. You have it from us as well. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. We appreciate you both.
Nice to see
Thank you, Abatello.
Yes. His nickname.
The whole show.
Yes. So thank you again. Well, actually, Kenny, Joe, this has been a great 2
show.
hours.
It went too fast.
Yes.
It went super fast.
Yes, it was
We
great.
need a third
I'm
hour.
so glad. Again, I'm going to say, Aaron, very proud of you, brother. I really am. I know I bust your chops a lot, but very proud of you. Come a long way.
Absolutely. So if you missed this show or want to catch up any of the other parts of our show, you certainly can go to our YouTube channel. That's Power Up Radio. You can see us on there. You can also go ahead and catch us. The recorded version of this is on our Facebook
What about
page.
next week? How do people come here live? Is it open for them, Freddie? How can we do this?
Just bring them in.
Just come on in. We have plenty of room here.
If you want to come to the studio, hit me up. I'll get you over here.
You want to come? Bring something. We're gonna have snacks. We're gonna have Santa. We're gonna have all kinds of good stuff. Come on down. Check out the studio. We'll give you a shout out to whatever you're working on. Come on down. It's an open format next week. Come on down. Open mic night.
Yes. We're also going to be
I don't know if you want to say that.
We have Angela Priscilla that's going to be bringing on all of the different girls that have been crowned here in South Florida for their different recognitions.
All beauty queens.
All beauty queens are going to be here, and they're going to be helping Santa. And we're going to be giving them some shout outs and recognition for the example that they set to the young women of our communities.
We're gonna have Maria Escobar's coming.
Yes.
She's coming. Fighter, trainer, very talented girl. We'll try to get Mama Rubo to come too next week.
Got to bring Mama Rubo down.
She's gonna put Goomba Santa in his place.
Oh yeah, and you never know who's going to show up.
Right, you never
Everyone,
know.
thank you so much for tuning in. We are super excited to have you with us during this holiday season. We really want to wish you a very happy, healthy. If you don't get to hear us next week or the following, but
You
please
better.
make
What
sure.
do you mean? You all better tune in next
listening.
week.
You all better. You heard it from Joe himself.
Oh,
and
you're not
Kenny.
you're gonna get coal in your stocking.
You're going to get a visit from Goomba Santa.
Where I've heard it's going to be a crime if you don't watch or tune in.
Yes, it's gonna be some show.
Yes. The
Thank you
caution
again.
tape.
Tonight was awesome, guys. Every week it keeps getting better and better.
It does. All right. You all have a great night. Take care. Thanks for tuning in.
You have been listening live to the one and only timeless Denise as she helps you bring in your weekend with a smile. If you wish to contact Denise and be on the show, call us at 866-224-5422 or email Denise at poweredupradiotv.show and tell us how your business shapes up the weekend. Again, call us at 866-224-5422 and make your mess our message. Now that you are powered up, go get your weekend on.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Oldies wants to send you cruising.
Oh, yeah.
3 days, 2 nights on the brand new